Hey everyone, this is my review of my 2008 Suzuki gsxr 1000. Yeah, it's an older bike because it's an 08, but I haven't seen too many videos out there about this bike, so I wanted to do a video. There's a lot of aftermarket parts, so it's kind of not fair to the stock Suzuki gsxr 1000, but at least people who watch this video know what they can do with their bikes and what to expect. But as you can see, a lot has changed on this bike. I'm not going to go over the modifications that I did because I made a video for it. The only thing that's new is a Sprint air filter and an M4 exhaust, full exhaust. So again, it's not fair to the stock Suzuki gsxr, but you can see what can get done. I love this bike, even though it's an 08. I love this bike 100%. I don't regret it. It's a fast bike. Do I wish it was faster? That's for every bike, but to me it's hella fast, and I love the looks of it. It's a beautiful look. I think they only made it for the 07 and the 08. I think they changed the body style on the 9. I am not sure if they changed on 6 to 7, but I know 2009 they changed the whole body style and the headlight. But I've always had positive people saying positive things about the bike, so that says a lot. But again, there's a lot of aftermarket parts, so it's not fair. The riding is beautiful. I love the riding of this bike. Now again, it's a sport bike, so you're not going to get that comfort of a cruiser or just standing up, sitting up straight. So you are going to be putting a lot of your weight on your wrists and your hands and your shoulders. So it is a sporty sitting position, but that's what it's made for. It's a sport bike. I would love to take it to the track. I haven't done that yet. Hopefully next year I get to do that and take it to the drag strip. As you can see, I can get pretty low on the tires. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, this is black and this is kind of like the newish color that it came out with. So yeah, I get pretty low, close to the letterings. Now the front, I don't get the front as close as I could, but you can kind of see where I stop at on that ridge. But yeah, I mean it's not as a heavy bike as I expected when I got on it. My 2011 Suzuki gsxr 600 that I had in the past, the body weight, this one's a little bit heavier. Of course, it's a bigger motor, plus it has an oil cooler and some more stuff to the 1000 than a 600, but it's not as heavy as I thought it would be. I thought I wasn't going to be able to lift it up with my legs, and if you know what I mean, standing it up straight. I can almost flat foot it, but I'm 5'6", and I half tippy toe. I'm not completely tippy toe, and I'm not flat footed on either side. Now if I lean to the left, I can be flat footed. If I lean to the right, I can be flat footed. But anyways, it's a beautiful bike. It has 16,000 miles. The only thing I wish this bike had was 0 miles, and I wish I was able to ride it from then and keep it forever. But it has a lot of miles, and I am making payment plans on this. But that's the only downfall, is that I wish it was at 0 miles. I mean, and I bet a lot of people are feel the same way when they get a used bike. So but yeah, that's the only bad thing. I'm at 16,542. It has the modes. I mean, even for being an 08, it has the modes. You got A mode, C mode, B mode. I always ride it in A mode. I just got so used to it. It has hydraulic reservoir. A lot of new bikes don't have that. You got your regular reservoir. Oh, one thing I do not like that Suzuki always does is they've been doing recalls on their front brake master cylinder, and I'm gonna guess it's this whole part right there, including the reservoir. They take all that out and they give you a new one. So this one is due to go to the dealership and get that new. Even the 2011 had a recall on the front brake master cylinder. I do not know how they even leave the showroom floor with having that much of an issue with their front brake master cylinder. So I mean, that scares the shit out of me. But anyways, I love the bike. And yes, I have an F1 light on, and you probably see that, but that's because I deleted the servo for the full exhaust. I'm getting an ECU flash, and it will erase that. Even if the ECU flash doesn't erase it, which it will, but if it doesn't, there is a reservoir delete kit. I mean, I said a reservoir. It's a, and I can't remember the thing is now, servo delete kit. So yeah, that can get done too. But for me, I want to do the ECU flash because I want more out of my RPMs and my top speed. Even though I won't be pushing the bike like that all the time because it's not good for the bike, but it's the point that it's done. If I need it, I got it. That's just the point. But yeah, again, it's an aftermarket exhaust, so don't expect it to sound quiet. Oh, forgot it. I got it in first gear. That was smart. So yeah, don't do what I did. But yeah, not a stock exhaust, obviously. So if you do get it stock, it's gonna be quieter. But I love my bike. 8 corners, very good for being at 1000. I mean, I always heard of people saying 1000s are kind of difficult to corner, which is true because they're not as nimble, and that meaning is that they're not that light, and they're not light bikes. They're pretty heavy. But for me, I got so used to it I can just throw it around corners. Now slow cornering is more of my downfall, like cornering like this, because it's a heavy and you're going slow, you don't got momentum, so you got the weight against you. The engine braking can be a little too much, but at the same time the engine braking has saved me some braking wear. But like I said, handling is good. Again, I haven't really tossed it in corners like a racetrack or a mountaintop like a Dragon's Tail in North Carolina. But for what I got around here, it does great. It's speed, it has a lot of speed, it has a lot of torque. One bad thing about this bike that I can think off the top of my head, depending on what tire you have on this bike, my always gripe was the Continental that was on this bike stock. Well, when I got it, I had the Continental on it, and that tire did so bad. It was constantly doing burnout, so I didn't have no traction. It did horrible in the rain, it did horrible in the cold, it was unsafe taking corners, even getting onto a highway and getting off a highway. That was scary. So as soon as I had the money, I got the Pirelli Diablo Rosa 3s. And they haven't failed me at all, and I haven't felt unsafe riding these tires. again, because of the master cylinder in the front, I think like braking wise, I'm not a big fan of the front brakes. I think again it's because of that master cylinder. You don't get that initial grab. You feel like the brakes are faded, but I can't say I got new brakes because I did it myself. And even with new brakes, and they already got, you know, their miles broken into and everything, I still feel like it doesn't want to grab as hard as I expect it to. So again, I don't know if Suzuki did that on purpose, and you know, that even with the new brake cylinder is going to do that. So we'll have to see once I get the new brake master cylinder. Mileage. So to fill up, I put like $10, I think it is, to fill up, depending on how you ride and how long you ride for. It can last you at least an hour to 2 hours if you're riding pretty hard. Now if you're just riding back and forth to work with a full tank of gas, it lasts you probably 3 to 4 days, depending how far you drive. I drive 15 minutes away with my bike, and it could last me 3 to 4 days. So, but if you're getting a 1000 because you think you're going to save gas, yeah, that's not going to happen. If you get a 600 compared to a 1000, then that's a difference. A 600 could be cheaper on gas than a 1000. I mean, that's more like obvious. That's like comparing a 4-cylinder with a V8. Speed of this bike is 185 with a flash. I'm gonna guess it goes 190 with a flash. Again, I haven't gotten the flash tune yet, so I won't be able to say until I get it and push the bike. Now, like I said, this bike, I love it. It's a bike that's worth modifying and making it look your own. The good thing about Suzuki's is they're cheap, and the parts are pretty cheap, and it's easy to do maintenance. So that's my thing. I work on my own bike. Everything that's on my bike, I did it myself. It's a great bike to keep long term and to modify and to race. I mean, it's just a good all-around bike. It has the power, it has the torque. The front end comes up with power wheelies. It doesn't do it all the time. It's kind of unexpected when it does it. It picks and chooses. When you 2 on the throttle, the power is there. Now the power band is in the very top. Now again, mine is not stock at all. I got the power commander and I got maps. My map is for my GP, well, M4 GP full exhaust, with or without stock air filter. So my power band's at the top. Now when it's stock, I don't know. Now what did I pay for the bike? I paid $7,500, and it was a little bit less than 15,000 miles on it. It had a lot of aftermarket parts before I even got it. Some of it I liked, some of it I didn't. So the ones I didn't, I replaced it. How much money did I put into this bike? I want to say over $2,000 for now. I mean, the money's going up, but for now I put over $2,000 worth of aftermarket parts. So yeah, I don't want to make this video any longer than what I already did. But yeah, it's a positive review for me, and if anybody wants one of these bikes, you won't regret it. You modify it, making it your own, you won't regret it. That's not even a turning lane. That says do not enter. Oh, okay, I was about to say. But yeah, within seconds, you're going 100 miles per hour. Like if we would go from 0, what did they say, what, 0 to 60? We're in seconds. For sure in seconds. Like, it just launches. But yeah, guys, I made this video long enough. Everybody stay safe, ride safe. And even if we ride bad like I do, let's keep our 2 eyes open and drive defensive as best as we can. Alright everyone, peace out.